Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeWack.
Yes.
Item number 29, the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and authorize the President of the Board to execute change order number 15, increasing the contract with Infinity Construction Company Incorporated for the Geauga County Courthouse Expansion Project, GMP Phase 1 and Phase 2, for the purchase, delivery, and installation of 17 Samsung commercial displays, 10 65-inch interactive screens, 4 50-inch 4K UHD, and 3 43-inch 4K UHD, along with 3 Logitech Rally bars and TAP IP bundles and mounts not covered in the original contract in the amount of $44,961. So I do have some amplifying information on this particular agenda item. So back in June, the ADP board approved this item. Back then, the cost was $33,500. In the 4 months, it has gone up to $44,961. That's a total increase of $11,461. When I had asked NV5 for the reasoning behind the difference in cost, it was noted that it was escalation and inflation, which is an Infinity markup and a subcontractor markup were the reasonings that were given. I think also through this process for this agenda item, it was noted that Court IT was not involved in the review of the change order, so that's an adjustment we're going to have to make going forward in terms of the reviews of the change order and making sure that, especially in the technology piece, that both ADP and Court IT are involved in the review of the change orders.
So were they they were involved now, or they haven't been
Yes,
involved?
we've
Okay.
looped them in.
Okay.
Hi, we have Velta here. So I don't know if you have anything you want to say, Velta, but I think through this discussion of this particular agenda item, we have uncovered some of those procedural oversights that have been happening with change orders in general. So, so that's the only adjustment and additional information. I don't know, Velta, if you had anything else that you had heard from Jarrett. I had just kind of gotten that broad overview for at least the price differential, which I know you may not be in on, so to speak.
Yes, I believe.
Oh, come on
Come
up.
to a microphone just for the folks at home.
Sure.
Thank you.
I believe the quote in June did not include Infinity's installation and their markup process, in addition to, I don't know, inflation, tariffs, whatever
Yeah.
else they cited. Additionally, I know the courts made efforts to reuse equipment and use grant funding to pay for portions of this part of the project. So we did cover some of the equipment within this.
Okay, so this 44.9, that's our portion, or that's total?
That's total.
Okay, and then what part is the grant funding going to cover?
No, that's, the 44.9 is the commissioner's portion after the court's portion, after we already
Oh.
covered after.
So,
This is
That's our
what's
share.
That's our bill.
okay, so the 33.5, did that not include whatever the grant was gonna, I don't understand, I'm a little confused. So what is the grant covering that's not listed here?
The 33.5, or yes, and this was after the reuse of equipment and after the grant.
Okay.
So the increase was on that 33.5. And both figures were after the reuse and the grant.
Okay. Could you talk about where these TVs are gonna go? And I'll just be like blunt where my concern is, which is that there are a lot of televisions in this building that are never turned on. And so I don't want the taxpayers, I mean, I think when I toured, it looks like in the lunchroom, there's a television. Who is turning that TV on? What are they watching? You know what I mean? Is there Netflix on there? Is there cable TV? Like, what is somebody watching in the lunchroom on a television? Like so where are these going? Who's using them? I'd like a little explanation on that.
Certainly. I'll try to go by memory, floor by floor. So our clerk's office and our probation department are on the first floor. Their break rooms double as their conference room.
Okay.
So it's technically their conference rooms that have the video conferencing equipment
I
attached
gotcha.
to those TVs. Each floor has a display that will have, for example, the docket for the day.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
informational
Okay.
displays for the public. Apart from those, we have other conference rooms and 2 jury rooms that have the displays and the video conferencing equipment within there. Some of the conference rooms only have the displays and not the video conference equipment.
Okay. And so then what is the grant covering?
The grant was a probation grant that covered the probation break room, video conference equipment, and display.
And how are they using these TVs for conferencing? Can you talk about that?
Sure. We, for our hearings, we are Zoom rooms based operation, and we have extensively, we use Zoom rooms for hearings. And then outside of that, we also use Zoom rooms for, or just Zoom or Teams or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, what have you, for communication. That if we can do that to not have to travel or, you know.
Right. I understand that. Okay.
Right.
And so probation would use that is in addition to the judges and the magistrates?
Yes.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. Mr. Gord, do you have anything to add?
When I view the job site at least once a month, twice a month, I know that right from the get-go, there was, you know, indentations in the wall for this
Right,
monitor, that
right.
monitor. So I know there's a lot of them. So I'm not shocked about the number, but, you know, the increase in the inflation and everything, that's the real kicker, so.
Yeah, I was surprised by that jump. And I mean, do we competitively bid this? Is this like a state bid issue, or they just give us these prices and we take them?
I'd have to ask Infinity what their process is in obtaining the quote. I'm not sure what they do behind the scenes.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable with this, Mr. Gord?
I'm comfortable with it because at the end of this project, in this building, we had a bunch of cameras, but the IT service that did the installation during the construction didn't gel well with all our cameras. And I think with this project, we made sure that the contractor that's doing all the wiring is connected to all the monitors. So that part I'm comfortable with. So it's just the inflation and maybe tariffs, I don't know, so.
Okay. I'll move to approve item number 29.
Second motion. Call for a vote?
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.